Hello and welcome to this Profit Protector Pro video. A happy new year to you. I wish you all the very best for 2024 and hope that everything went amazingly in 2023. So I thought that it would be a really good idea to do a video basically telling you that now is a great time to review your Profit Protector Pro setup. So I'm not just talking about the settings, but I'm also talking about your repricing strategies. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas as well for things that could potentially be looked into and changed through Profit Protector Pro and Profit Protector Pro, just to change things up and potentially get even better results in 2024. So of course you may already have a system in place with Profit Protector Pro, like a favorite strategy or a particular automation that you've set up and are using on products, and it may work really well for you. And this video isn't aimed at at new users who feel that they haven't quite found that strategy yet. It's aimed at everyone because even if things work out really, really well for us through our repricing setup, how do we know that we can't do any better than what we are already doing? And of course, it may be that there isn't all that much that you can change in your Profit Protector Pro setup, and that's fine. But even if things are working out really well for you, perhaps there is a small tweak that can be made in order to make things work even better than they already are. So that's the point I'm getting at with that and with this video. So the first thing that I wanted to mention, of course, is the strategies. Now, you may be using one particular strategy and found that, yeah, that's working out really well for me, but could there potentially be another strategy that works out even better? So let's go ahead and review some of the strategies in the strategies explained page. So it could be that you have been using rule-based strategies. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with using a rule-based strategy whatsoever. So it could be that your strategy of choice is match buy box. Straight up, simple, will just match the buy box price and maintain that buy box. Now, it might be that this is the year that you decide to give something like the balance sales accumulator a go. So let me just tell you a bit more about this strategy. So the balance sales accumulator is still pretty aggressive in pursuit of the buy box and will favor sales over your profit. Having said that, unlike the aggressive sales generator, this strategy will work a little harder on increasing your profits and will match the buy box where it can. However, if matching the buy box isn't getting you sales, it will undercut your competitors to get you that buy box before attempting to drive the price back up again. So not only will this strategy also match the buy box and favor that approach, if that particular approach isn't quite working out, it will shift it up just a little bit by competing with your main competitors on that listing to put you in a more favorable position to win. So if one particular approach isn't working, it will shift it up to a slightly different approach that then will hopefully work. And then obviously the perk with this is that it will work to drive the price up, therefore making you more money. So it might be that you switch from match buy box to balance sales accumulator and find that it works out even better for you. For anyone that is new to Profit Protector Pro, maybe that this is the first time that you're getting into the world of reprice or into Profit Protector Pro. 2024 is the year that you decided to do that. Then if you aren't sure what strategy to set, particularly if algorithmic strategies are brand new to you, then I would personally recommend using the balance sales accumulator because it is a fairly balanced strategy. It's not the most aggressive, nor is it totally passive. It is bringing you pretty much the best of both worlds, and it's a great starting point. You might find that this is actually the strategy for you, but even if you feel that things need tweaking, you are sat in the middle, so you can change things up a little bit to be more aggressive if you find that you need to be more sales focused and be more competitive on your listings. Or you may find that there's listings that are a bit quieter, or where you're happy to wait for the buy box to fall to you, and that's where a more passive profit focused strategy might come in useful. But either way, you're sat in the middle there, and you can very easily tilt the scales one way or another. So it's completely up to you. But just as a suggestion, you might be using rule-based, and maybe this is now the time to use an algorithmic strategy, because they have an artificial intelligence behind them. So they are very clever. They learn about your position on the listing, your unique situation on a listing. They will learn, they will adapt, and they will just get better the more time that they spend on a particular listing. So quite a positive change there. Of course, as I say, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the rule-based strategies. It might be that match buy box is the perfect one for you, but it might be that if you're looking for a change that could potentially make things better, then it might be worth changing from rule-based to an algorithmic strategy. If you were using passive profit-focused strategies, and find that this year you want to drive up your sales again, it could be a case of moving to the balanced or the aggressive strategies, or vice versa. Maybe there's some aggressive strategies that you found you were using on listings whereby you were actually happy to wait for the buy box to fall to you, or maybe the competition on that listing has just naturally died down and gone quieter. So maybe you can afford to use a more passive profit focused strategy. This might be the year as well that you build yourself an automation. So an automation is a way of getting Profit Protector Pro to do a certain something if a certain scenario was to occur. And this was something that we went over in a previous video, recent video, but we added new conditions into the automation. So if the buy box goes below minimum, if the buy box goes above maximum, if stock age reaches, you can then, say, if the stock age reaches 31 to 60 days, you want it to switch your strategy to something a bit more aggressive. It might then be that if stock age reaches the next range on, you can now increase and decrease your minimum and maximum prices. So this will go outside of your set min and max price that you've set on the original entry in Profit Protector Pro. But if this scenario is not met, it will go back to the original min and max price. So the same with any other automation, if that specific scenario is no longer applicable, it will go back to the original setup on the entry in Profit Protector Pro. So this is something that you need to consider. So it might be that if stock age reaches 61 to 90 days old, maybe now you want to decrease your minimum price by a further pound, dollar, euro, or it could be that you go 10% below your minimum price. It's completely up to you. So you can make this automation as extensive or as simple as you want it to be. And once you've made your automation, all you need to do is make sure that you save it. You obviously give it a name. I didn't give it a name in that one, but you give it a name so that way you can recognize it. Then you go into the repricing page and you apply the automation right here. And then it will use that one. So if that certain scenario was to occur, then you can be rest assured that Profit Protector Pro will carry out that action for you. Just something else I wanted to mention as well. It's important not just at the start of a new year when you're reviewing multiple aspects in your business, in your repricing. It's important from time to time to review your minimum and maximum prices, because as we know, things change on Amazon frequently, and it could be that the price range on the listing just naturally shifts to a different point, and we want to make sure that we remain relevant on that listing, that we remain competitive. So it's important that from time to time, it could be something that we do every other week, every month, however often we choose to review our minimum and maximum prices, because for Profit Protector Pro to compete effectively, it needs the buy box to be within range of your minimum and maximum price. So having it outside just means that Profit Protector Pro won't be able to compete very well because it's not in range. If it went below your minimum, for example, all Profit Protector Pro is going to do is sit at your minimum, because that's as close as it can be to the buy box without exceeding your set parameters. But obviously, you want things to remain relevant. Obviously, not in a way that means that we potentially make a loss on that listing, or it's a price that we're not happy to sell at, or something like that. We want to make sure that obviously all those things still apply, but it could be a case of, we know that, we'll be happy if we were to sell for, you know, a little bit less or something like that. So it might be a case of reviewing like your minimum prices, or you think, hold on a minute, I've got the buy box at maximum, maybe I can increase it by like an extra pound, an extra dollar, see if I can push up those profits even more potentially. In that case, you just click on your filters and you can select at max or buy box below minimum, and then you can review those particular entries whereby that stuff does need to be reviewed and modified in order for Profit Protector Pro to be as effective as it can be on those listings. We have added in this walkthrough button in the help section. This is brand new, so if you give this a click, basically it's going to walk you through how exactly to set up Profit Protector Pro and what every page is all about, what every single feature does. So if you're new to Profit Protector Pro, there is a walkthrough there for you now, explaining what every page does. So hopefully you find that really, really useful. It might be for making bulk changes. It might be that you've decided, look, this year I want to change the strategy on lots of different products. It could be that you set up a strategy as a new default in your settings and you use this button right here. Or if you're changing lots of aspects to do with all of your listings, it could be that you download your inventory into a spreadsheet using one of these buttons here. And then obviously making those changes in bulk, saving and re-uploading to Profit Protector Pro for it to apply those bulk changes. It could be that you set up a custom strategy. It's completely up to you what it is, but hopefully this video gave you some inspiration for things that you may want to consider looking into this year, just as part of, you know, just reviewing aspects of your business for potentially making changes that could make things even better. Yeah, hopefully this gave you some inspiration, some ideas of things to look at. Obviously review your settings, make sure that all of the fees and everything that you have entered in that you want Profit Protector Pro to take into account is up to date and still relevant. So that way all of the figures that you get in terms of, you know, when you use auto min max or the ROI and profit estimations, just to make sure that all of those are taken into account, everything that you want them to, and that all of the information is correct. So hopefully this video was helpful. Again, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.